Tara, keep your tears. Nah, sis, I don't want to see no crying. Keep your mother effing tears. Because what you did was some bullshit. Welcome to my channel. We're here. We break down reality TV shows with laughter and reenactments, all while giving it to you straight with no chaser. Because we don't just watch TV around here, we get into the things of the things. So sit back and relax. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. The Traitors, Season 4, Episode 10. These people have raised my blood pressure. The faithfuls are faithful to being dumb. I just don't get it. Every time we get at the round table, it's like everything we discussed throughout the whole episode, everybody forgets. It's like they don't even know what's going on. Anyway, y'all, we got some things to get into, but before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through, and if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been watching my Traitors reviews for a couple of episodes now, if you have yet to subscribe, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that, okay? Because if you're back, that means you like it here, and I want you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If y'all one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm annoyed with these people. That's how I'm doing, okay? I'm ready to get into this episode, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So the episode opens up, and we are at breakfast, right? Maura and Rob are first in. I thought it was very weird that Maura and Rob were the first two people in, and they are super, super close, okay? Now, Maura still doesn't want to believe in her mind that Rob could be a traitor. There's no way Rob could be a traitor. She told this man that she trusts him with her life, okay? She said if she found out that he was a traitor, she would be shocked. She would probably die if she finds out that he's a traitor. So you know what, Maura? Die then. Die then, because girl, he's a traitor. But she refuses to even think that there's a possibility that this man could be a traitor. But you know what? I'm not too mad at her with trusting him with her life because he is the only reason she is still alive. Rob's in the confessional talking about how he's starting to feel bad. He's feeling sad because all of the lying and all the scheming is finally catching up to him. But he just has to remember that this is a game. So now Eric and Mark come into breakfast. Everyone's talking. They still stuck on Tara and Johnny. It gotta be Tara. It gotta be Johnny. It gotta be the both of them. It gotta be everybody but Rob. Everybody but Rob, okay? Mark's saying how he thinks that it's Kristen because she's so smart and she's dangerous in this game and we need to watch out for her and all the things of the things, right? Now Tara comes in and she's feeling bad. She's feeling bad because they keep banishing the wrong people. And she's scared that now Johnny is probably gone because they led the charge at the table to get Steven out and he's not even a traitor, which also puts a target on her back, especially if Johnny is murdered, right? But thank God Johnny isn't murdered, right? Because I like Johnny, I really do. He comes in and he tells them how they were murdered, how they had to go down into the basement, turn the jack in the box. If a traitor popped up, then they was murdered, and obviously he wasn't murdered because he's still here. So now we know that it is between Natalie and Kristen. Y'all, I did not think it was going to be Kristen. Now, I know some people in the comments were saying it's going to be Kristen. They're going to try to put it on Tara and all the things of the things. But I just did not think it was going to be Kristen. Kristen said that she is at peace, okay? She said she had an idea that it was Eric. And she knew that if she got killed, it's because she knew it was Eric. So then we cut to a scene where Rob and Eric were discussing who they wanted to murder, right? Now, they said that killing Kristen, they know will bring a lot of heat to Eric, right? But she's dangerous. She's onto him. She has to go. But they feel like only Mark really knows that she was suspecting Eric. And because of that, they feel like Mark is just so gullible that they can sway him and make him believe that it's not Eric. And you know what? As long as it's Rob doing all the swaying and persuading and all the things, they can get away with murder. Literally, get away with murder. The traitors really want to get rid of Natalie, but they don't want to murder her. Rob is really close to her, so I think he'll feel bad for murdering her, but they know that she's smart, so the goal is to get her banished. Honestly, none of y'all are smart. The only smart person in this game is Rob at this point. So Natalie comes in and she's ready to lock in. Because it is time to get the traitors out. We have banished too many faithfuls at this point, right? And I'm like, it's about time somebody decide to clock in, because y'all really just been playing this whole season. Like, for real, for real. Now, Rob's sitting at the table talking about something, how he feels so defeated. Why do you feel defeated, Rob? I feel like now you doing too much because nobody has been coming for you. Your name hasn't been brought up barely. And you got the nerve to be sitting there talking about you feel so defeated, like you got people out to get you. Nobody's out to get you. So Alan comes in, and of course, he tells them that Kristen is gone. Kristen is dead. She is murdered, okay? But y'all need to get ready for a mission. And baby, this is the last mission. So every coin counts, right? Right. Everybody's on high alert. Everybody's trying to figure out who can be the daggone traitor. We're down to the end, and we really got to start putting our heads together to figure out who the traitors are, right? Now, Tara goes to Natalie, and she says to Natalie, do you think that it could be Rob? It's like ding, 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 ding. Finally, they are just now starting to realize that they've been blindly trusting Rob the whole time. And I'm sitting there like, damn, it only took y'all to the end of the season for y'all to start realizing that maybe it could be Rob. So then they start talking and they're like, yeah, Candace did throw out his name. Duh. You thought that a traitor saying another person's name was just for fun? Like, let's be for real. She was leaving y'all clues behind, especially when she knew that she was about to get banished. Y'all need to stop playing. So while they're coming to the realization that it could possibly be Rob, Mark looked at Rob and said, it's not you, right? Like, look me in my eyes. It's not you, right? And I'm like, are you suspecting that it's Rob, Mark? Because I need y'all to get on one accord. Because so far, I feel like we onto something, right? But no, this man is just dumb. Because instead of thinking that it could be Rob, he wants to go after Eric. Now listen, Eric is a traitor, so he's not far off. But it's the simple fact that he's blindly trusting Rob with all this information. Like, he's just telling him, oh, I think it's Eric. Do you think it could be Eric? Look me in my eyes. It's not you. Y'all know y'all can't look Rob in his eyes. Because every time y'all look that man in his eyes, it's like y'all get lost. And every thought that you had is gone. So Eric is definitely on the radar. Now, I already felt like Eric is about to get caught, so I'm not surprised by none of this. Rob is trying to defend Eric, which I find is crazy because when it was the women up in there, he was ready to throw them under the bus ASAP. But now that it's Eric, oh, it can't be Eric. It can't be Eric. He has to be a faithful. He's been faithful. Like, Rob, please. You and your bromances, it's giving very much like you don't like the women. It's giving very much like maybe you were scared of the housewives. Like, what was that about? Because you're ready to defend Eric to the end, huh? Just know I'm side-eyeing you for that. Yes, I do feel a type of way because you played a part in getting Candace banished. So Tara and Natalie are like, okay, let's go talk to Maura. We need to get numbers. And I'm saying here, like, don't talk to her. Don't talk to her. That girl and Rob are like this, okay? There's no way in hell she will ever go for thinking that it's Rob. And the first thing she's going to do is go tell Rob that y'all onto him. Don't tell her. But of course they tell her. Listen, y'all could go to Maura with a picture of Rob that says traitor on it. And she would still be like, that's not Rob, that's AI. Please. Don't tell her anything. But of course they like, do you think it could be Rob? No, I don't think it's him. I don't think it could be him. And in the same breath, she's talking about how I don't even know how I'm still here. It's like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know why I'm still here. So you don't think that there's someone protecting you? You don't think that there's a traitor's God anywhere up there? Like, let's not kill Maura. I like her. You don't even think that it could be him? And I'm like, Maura, listen to yourself talk out loud. I don't even know why I'm here. Why would anyone want to keep me in the game? Because they want to keep someone around that they trust. And you don't think that the closest person to you who trusts you the most would not be a traitor? Come on, girl. I need you to use your brain. You're not using it at all. So Mark asks Eric who do he think it is, and Eric's like, he don't really know. He's thinking maybe Natalie because Natalie's a gamer. All the gamers are gone. It just seemed like it could be her. The logic is somewhat logicking, but not really, okay? Not really. And Eric just sucks at being a traitor. It's like as soon as he became a traitor, it's like he just forgot how to play the game for real. So now it's time for a mission. And just as I suspected, on the way to the mission, Maura is telling Rob how Tara and Natalie thinks that he's a traitor. And I'm just sitting here like, you dumb bitch. I have so many words for Maura. Let me tell you something. I really hope that they don't murder her. I pray to God that they don't murder her. I hope that she gets to look Rob right in the face when he says, I am a traitor, and walks away with everything. I want to see her pass out. I want to see her be devastated because you are truly dumb. Faithful to being dumb. So we get to the mission. Here's the mission. They have to go on a carousel. The carousel spins around. They get off. They go find the plushies. They bust them open, get the gold, get back on the carousel. But when they get to the carousels, some seats gonna be missing. Some people ain't gonna make it. And then whoever's last is going to get the shield, right? Rob decides that he needs to get a shield because he wants to murder tonight. And nobody needs to be safe. Everybody needs to be up for murder. That's for sure. So from this mission, they have the chance to win $30,000, and Eric and Tara can't get on the carousel due to health issues. So they have to sit on the side. When the carousel stops, they go get the dummies who are sitting in their place, bring them back to their seats so that it's kind of somewhat fair. Is it really? I'm not sure, because I would assume that the other ones would be a little bit dizzy and they might just be out of breath. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But nonetheless, that's how the game goes. So Rob is the first person to get eliminated, and he is pissed, okay? Rob did his famous eye roll because he is mad, and this is the first time that we have ever seen Rob get worked up. And for some reason, he's mad at Mark. He's mad at Mark because the bag that he brought back wasn't even a lot of money. And he's like, so you gonna bring that one back? You gonna bring that one back? It was very out of character for Rob, and people are picking up on it. So you would think, right? So you would think. Now, Mark is in his head thinking like, damn, I really don't have nobody in this game anymore because I was really close to Rob, but now he's like going off on me. Now Mark has realized that if it's ever between him and Mura, it's going to always be Mura. And I'm like, I'm glad someone is finally picking up what has been put down. Now, if you can use your brain and think, why is Mura still here? Somebody has to be protecting her. Then maybe we could get Rob out. Just maybe, right? No. Mora has been getting a free ride this whole entire game. Rob has been carrying her down the hill, and now the people are opening up the plushies for her and giving her the gold, okay? So that she can get back to the carousel in time to get into a chair. They have helped her and carried her through this game so much that she is the last two standing, her and Eric. And I'm sitting here like, y'all gotta be dumb. I understand y'all want to show some loyalty and y'all want to help each other, whatever the case may be. And I know Natalie only helped her because she wants to try to sway her into thinking that it's Rob or whatever the case may be. But girl, at the end of the day, that girl's never going to go against Rob. And you done got yourself eliminated because you want to help her. Now, Eric ultimately ends up winning the game, and he gets the shield, which means that the traitors will be murdering tonight. And Rob and Eric are really, really happy about that because that means that the plan that they have is still in motion. So everybody gets back to the castle, right? Rob is working overtime on Natalie, y'all. I mean, he is really trying to get everybody, go for Natalie, go for Natalie, go for Natalie. And once I saw how hard he was going for her, I said, she going home. She's going home because they will never go against him. It does not matter. They will not go against him, right? Meanwhile, Natalie, Tara, and Johnny are trying to get some type of evidence onto why they think it can be Rob. Because in order to get people to think that it's Rob, they have to be able to persuade them that it's Rob, right? Tara doesn't think that it's smart to go for Rob. Now all of a sudden she wants to change her mind. She doesn't think that it's smart because he has a dagger and that means he gets 2 votes. And if we go after him, we probably won't get him out anyway. So I'm like, so then why even bring it up, Tara? Why even go to Natalie, get her worked up, start the charge, start rallying up people just for you to want to back out and change your mind last minute? Like, be effing for real. You could have kept this all to yourself. So now Tara is talking to Mark, right? She's asking him, you don't think it's weird that Candace threw out Rob's name? Like, she just threw it out of nowhere. You don't think it could be Rob? And now Mark is starting to think. You can see the wheels spinning in his head. Maybe it could be Rob. Maybe it couldn't be Rob. But I'm sure he's leaning towards the fact that it couldn't be because so is everybody else, right? So now Johnny's talking to Rob and telling him how he think it might be Eric. The house is all over the place, right? Everybody's thinking Natalie, Rob, Eric. And I'm sitting here like, so let's use our brains. Let's use our brains. Let's do process of elimination. We got out of a secret traitor and 2 other traitors. That's 3 traitors. And what did they all have in common? They were women. So we just use a little bit of logic. Do we think that it could possibly be a man? Do we think that the next traitor could possibly be a man? Because all the men that we have banished since have been faithfuls. So if we're throwing out Natalie, Eric, and Rob, and we already banished 3 traitors who were women, it's possible, very much possible, that the next one probably would be a man, right? Because we need to have some equal opportunity going on. I doubt that they would put all women as traitors, right? Right. No, y'all don't think like that. Y'all don't think like that. It just has to be Natalie, right? But no, y'all don't think like that. Y'all don't think like that at all because y'all can't come together to work together. So now this is the first time that Johnny and Tara aren't on the same page, right? Because Johnny wants to go after Natalie and Tara wants to go after Rob. So these two are not on the same page, but what we do know is that they need to get on the same page because they are going to vote together. And I already know that whoever they make up their mind on, they're not going to change at that table because they have made it very clear that we are going to vote together. So if they say it's Rob, when they go in there, no matter what happens at that round table, they were going to write down Rob's name. And if they said Natalie, no matter what happened at that round table, they were going to write down Natalie's name. And I'm sure that they made a pact about that because they know that things can get a little shaky when they get at that round table and they need to be on one accord, right? Right. So now it's time for the round table, y'all. Tara starts off, right, and she says that she have tried so hard to follow her heart and to follow her gut to find the traitors, okay? But now she's at the point where she's just scared because she doesn't want to just throw out anybody because the last time she did that, they end up banishing a faithful. Tara, keep your sorry ass gameplay to yourself. Don't get in here acting all scared. Now you want to play victim. I messed up last time. I don't want to do it again. Girl, bye. After you've been walking around this house all day trying to get people to vote for Rob. You are one sneaky, shady ass bitch. Okay? So now Mark is like, does anyone have anything that they want to say that they didn't have the balls to say? And I'm just sitting here like, if they didn't have the balls to say it, they ain't gonna say it, Mark. They ain't gonna say it. But nonetheless, Rob decides that he wants to go after Natalie now, right? He says that he's never been suspicious of Natalie the whole time, but all of a sudden, for the last couple of days, she started acting really distant, like pulling back. So in his mind, he's thinking that she could have been recruited as a traitor. She said, yeah, you know what's crazy, Rob? I felt the change too. I felt it in your demeanor. So Rob brings up the fact that Natalie mentioned that all the gamers are gone and she's the only one left and she would never murder gamers. Like, why would you say something like that? And Mark was like, if you think about it, that's actually a brilliant play, right? And Natalie's like, listen, I don't think y'all understand how this works, right? You need people who's going to try to protect you and save you and vote with you to get out traitors, right? Why would I go ahead and murder my closest allies in this game? That wouldn't make any sense. And I'm like, absolutely, which is why I don't understand why people are not questioning the people who they are closest to. Did we not learn anything when it came to Johnny and Candace? Just dumb, just dumb. And then she brought up the point that I just mentioned, right? So she said, I started thinking to myself, who could be protecting me? Who could be protecting me? And she said that she knew that she was very close to Rob and that maybe it could be him protecting her. And then Candace threw out his name out of nowhere. So if she puts one and one together, in her mind, it's equaling two. Now, Maura's like, but didn't you say it was a throwaway vote? Girl, shut up. Shut up. She get on my nerve. Oh my God, is Rob taking you down? Because the way you are willing to defend this man, you defend this man better than he defends himself. Because Rob's like, are y'all going to give me a chance to defend myself? So he gets up there and he says, I just thought it was weird that Candace brought up my name. I just thought it was weird that she said, oh, I dropped the fork, like, and this is what you call defending yourself? He barely said 3 sentences and everyone's like, yeah, it can't be Rob. Maura was making me mad the most because she was doing a lot of the side talking. And it's like, girl, you getting played. You're getting played. So now Natalie's getting upset because she sees that everybody's coming after her. Rob said 3 sentences and everybody's like, oh, that's the best defense ever, right? And so she's like, Tara, you're the one who brought Rob to me and now you sitting back being quiet. Like you're not saying anything. She feels like she's getting played now. And I said, absolutely. Because Tara, you got some effing nerve. You went to Natalie, brought up Rob's name. Now you sitting at the table like you don't even know what's going on. Like you don't even have a suspicion that it could be him. Like that's some bullshit. It was really some bullshit the way she sat at that table. When Alice said it's time to vote, baby, the way I just knew deep down inside, like, can we please get Rob out? Can we not lose focus on what we came in here to do? Now, Alan asks, Do you want to use a dagger? Of course Rob is going to want to use a dagger. It's the last time he can use it, and for once, he's in a hot seat. Is it really on fire? No, just a little warm. Just a little warm. So he decides that he's going to use it. Now, I know that Johnny and Tara had already made up their mind who they was going to vote for when they came in that room. So I don't want to hear nothing, okay? Because they voted together, and they voted for Natalie. Natalie voted for Tara. I'm like, Natalie, you can't even stick to the person you came in here and attack. What in the actual F is going on? They end up banishing Natalie. And when I tell you, I was so happy to see the looks on their face when they realized that she was a faithful, because they absolutely deserved it. Now Tara's sitting there crying, break it down, crying. No. You don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. Keep your tears. You should have stood on business when you went in there and let the chips fall where they may. But the way you handled this was some BS, and you sat there and said nothing. Tara, keep your tears. I don't care. I don't care. And I hope Natalie has some choice words for you at the reunion, because whatever she has to say, you deserve it. So now everybody's back trying to figure out who's a traitor, because we're so dumb, we just keep banishing faithfuls. Mark is sitting there talking about how he just believes Tara. Like, he believes that she could not be a traitor. Like, the way she was crying over Natalie, it can't be her. It can't be her. So now he's thinking that it's Eric, right? Meanwhile, Johnny is telling them, listen, if I'm murdered, it's Eric. If I'm murdered, I know it's Eric. Johnny thinks that it's Eric and Rob. And I say, yeah, you about to get murdered. You about to get murdered. He's onto both of them. Both of them. Yeah, he's about to get murdered. He's onto both of them. So now it's time for a murder. Eric and Rob just feel so good about themselves, right? They plan worked out. We murdered Kristen. We got Natalie banished. Yeah, everything's going the way it should go. But Rob does tell Eric that it looked crazy for you to be at that round table not saying nothing. Like, you didn't say anything all night. That's not good. And that's because he's a scary player and he's not a good traitor. And if he ends up winning with Rob, it's because Rob carried him on his back, literally. Because I don't think he's going to betray him, because at this point, you know, he's been protecting him so far. So Alan comes in and Alan tells them, like, this is y'all last kill. So make it count. And I'm praying, please don't be Maura. Don't murder her. Please don't murder her. That would be a cop-out. That would be too easy for Rob. Because for him, if he murders her, then he doesn't have to look her directly in the face and say, I'm a traitor. And that's exactly what I want. I want him to have to do that, and I want her to have to witness it. I want to see it with my own two eyes, okay? So they're going over who they think they want to murder, and then they find out that whoever gets murdered will be murdered in front of everyone. Okay, so they decide who they're going to murder. Everybody comes outside. They're standing around the coffin, and everybody's like, oh my God, I think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be me. And it goes off. So we don't know who it was. I know for a damn fact it better not be Maura. I need to see it, y'all. I need to see the look of shock and despair and disgust in her face when she finds out that it's Rob. Anyway, y'all, that was the Traitors season 4, episode 10. It's almost over, y'all. It's almost over. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me this season, okay? I'll be back next week so we can find out how everything ends. But I'm most excited for the reunion, because we definitely going to get into some things. Some things are going to get gotten too, that's for sure. But anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about everything that happened. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video up, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.